So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you what my makeup routine looks like. This is my everyday makeup routine. Usually what I wear is just the bare minimum and enough to make me look a little prettier than I actually am. The first thing I do is put my hair up because obviously you have to put your hair up to do your makeup. Although sometimes I get lazy and end up doing my hair first, thinking I'm not going to wear any makeup, and then I throw some makeup on anyway. It's just whatever you feel. Here you can see that I am using some face mist. This is the Make It Last 16 Hours. I just used this kind of as a primer for my face. And the first thing I do is go in with a Maybelline Cover Stick Concealer and just conceal any pimples and places that I think are going to need some extra coverage. Which I've actually been using a new acne cleanser from CeraVe, which has really helped cut down on some of the redness in my face, and I'm really hoping that if I continue using it, I've only been using it for a couple of days, if I continue using it, that I'm really hoping that it will really clear up my acne as well. Now here I am using the L'Oreal Magic Skin Beautifier BB Cream. This is the anti-redness green one. I apply this to my face right around, like underneath my cheeks and near my nose where I have some major redness there. And then my chin also gives me some redness. And then I also just plop it on any places that I feel are really red as far as pimples go. I also do my T-line at the top of my forehead because that also gets pretty red. Then I'm going to use the same thing, but this is just the regular Fair Pale BB cream from L'Oreal. And I use this just to fill in any of the places that I did not put the anti-redness cream. Then I am going to take my beauty blender and make sure that it is moist first off, and then I'm going to kind of dab slash rub it in. I kind of splotch it a little bit first, as you see here, but then I kind of try and rub it in just to make sure that it's all blended in. It's pretty hard to just dab this BB cream. You really have to blend in the BB cream to your skin. Once I have blended it all in and it is rubbed in, as you can see here, I do some finishing touches, and it actually looks like I have a tiny coat of foundation on, and it covers most of my pimples. After I've done all that, I then go in with the Maybelline Cover Stick a little bit more, and just hit any spots that I feel need to be hit once again. And I will hit my under eyes one more time because your girl has some bags. Then I blend it in with the Beauty Blender using the blotting technique. I don't rub this in. I feel that blotting makes it a whole lot better, and getting a concealer that matches your skin tone very well is very important in order to use this blotting technique. Otherwise, you're gonna have patches on your face that don't match your skin tone if you don't get one that is a very good match. For me, the Maybelline Cover Stick is a really good match for my skin tone because I am pale as a ghost. Then I am going in with the e.l.f. eyeshadow primer, liquid eyeshadow primer. I am wearing eyeshadow in this video. I don't wear eyeshadow every day. Sometimes I just do my brows and my face and I move on with life. But I thought I would show you what I do for my eyeshadow. So I blend in the primer with my Beauty Blender. I use my Beauty Blender for pretty much every part of my face. Then I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. HD Transparent Powder. I love this mineral powder. and it really just helps like fill in any places that my face feels weird. A lot of times when I put liquid on my face, which I use liquid foundation and obviously the liquid BB cream, it just kind of leaves a weird feeling on your face, and then putting a powder on it really just makes it feel like it's not going to go anywhere, that it's not going to just come off of my face anytime I touch something. And again, I'm just using a very big foundation brush to put this on. Then I'm going to start my eyeshadow. This is the palette I use. It's the Profusion Naturals palette. I got it from Walmart for $12, and the colors in it are absolutely gorgeous. Look at all those beautiful colors. I'm going to start here with the color Chatty, is what it's called. And I am going to use it on pretty much my entire eyelid. It's going to go everywhere. This is pretty much as a base coat, and you can barely tell that I even have it on because it matches my skin tone pretty well as well. It does have a little bit of a shimmer to it, which I like to have underneath my eyebrows. Once that is done, I will then move to do my eyebrows. But don't worry, I'm not done with the eyeshadow. I just like to do my brows first before I do my main eyeshadow. So I use the Define a Line from Maybelline in Ebony Black, because normally my hair is black, but right now my roots have grown out so bad because of quarantine. Don't worry, I'm going to get my hair dyed tomorrow before school starts again. So I do my brows black, but that is usually because my hair is normally black, but my roots right now are brown because my natural hair color is brown. So I use the Define a Line to just kind of pretty much define the line of my brows and kind of shape them the way I want them to. You see I do a lot of rapid movements towards the front or inner part of my brow, and then as I go to the outer edges, I kind of get skinnier and try and make those lines a little bit more precise. And I'm using the little blender that's on the back of the Define a Line tool itself. Then I overdraw my brows a little and use my fingers to blend them out and make them even. Now you thought I was done, you guessed wrong. I have the Maybelline Tattoo Studio. This is in the color Deep Brown. So at first I use Ebony Black, and then I go in and fill in the outer edges with a deep brown color. This has a very fine bristle to it, as you can see here, and it really just makes it easy to get in those inner corners and really shape the brow the way I want it to be shaped. And again, I use my fingers to kind of smooth it out and get those corners the way that I want them. Now, you see I'm using my fingers. This is why I don't do my eyeshadow before I do my brows, because sometimes I will really mess up and I have to get like a makeup wipe or something, and then it just becomes a really big hassle. So I try and wait to do my eyeshadow after I do my eyebrows. Then you're going to see here of me taking my big foundation brush and just blending everything out. Then I'm going to continue doing my eyeshadow, and I'm going to continue with the color Likeable in the Naturals palette. I have sort of a bigger eyeshadow brush that I am going to use to apply to my lids first, and then blend upwards in small little circles as you see here. Then I'm going to take the color Heavenly with a smaller brush and apply it to just my lids. I do blend the crease a little bit, but I do not blend up as much as I did with the previous color. I then take the brush I used for the previous color and just blend out those creases a little more, just to make sure everything is very seamless. Then I'm going to take the brush that came with this palette, and I'm going to get the color Zing here at the bottom, which is pretty pigmented, so you have to be careful when you're using this one. I'm going to apply it to the outer corners here, and I'm just going to dot it on here, because I don't want to do too much with this. It can really get messed up. So then I take the smaller brush I used for the previous color Heavenly and just blend it all in. Then I use my fingers a little bit because, you know. Then I take the brush that I used for the first base color and blend it out again, and take the brush that I used for the very first color, Chatty, and make sure that I have a line directly from the outer part of my eye to the end of my brow. Then I'm going to take the color Sugar and get a little bit on my finger and put it in the inner corners of my eyes just to give it a little bit of a highlight and a pop. And blend it all in. Sorry, the camera died, that's why the angle changed a little bit. Then I'm going to clean all of my brushes. Not a deep clean, just a daily clean with this daily brush cleaner from e.l.f. I just spray a little on there and wipe it off with my makeup rag. Then I'm going to take this e.l.f. palette here. This is a e.l.f. contour palette. I'm going to use the darkest color with this little brush here that I have no idea where it came from, and just apply it underneath my cheekbones. Then I'm going to use the second darkest color and kind of do the same thing. I put it underneath my cheekbones, closer to my mouth, and I put it on my temples and at the top of my forehead. And apparently a little bit on my chin. And then I'm going to put a little tiny bit on my nose. Then I'm going to take the two lightest colors and blend them in together and just use it all around underneath my nose and just make sure I blend it on top of my cheekbones as well. I think this really gives your makeup routine and your makeup look just a better pop if the center is a little bit lighter than the outside of your face. Then I'm going to take my e.l.f. highlighter palette and use the lightest color in this palette with an angled e.l.f. brush and blend it in on my cheekbones, on the tip of my nose, on my cupid's bow, on the top of my forehead, and the bottom of my chin. Then I'm going to clean those two brushes just as I did the eyeshadow brushes. I'm then going to take my Make It Last 16 Hour spray and spray down everything that I have done so that it stays all day. Then I'm going to do my lashes. This is the CoverGirl Professional Natural Lash. Now you see this bottle is a little dirty. I used to use this as a top coat after I had applied the black mascara that I'm getting ready to use. Which then in turn made the liquid inside turn kind of blackish colored when it's supposed to be clear. So I now use this as a base coat instead of a top coat, and I really, really like it as a base coat. Then I'm going to move and do my Maybelline Snapscara mascara, and I'm just going to apply it as any normal person applies mascara. And this is the finished look of how my eyes look, very natural. I'm thinking about getting my eyelashes permed and tinted. Is that what it's called? I don't even know. I mentioned fake lashes. My boyfriend was like, no. So I'm thinking about getting them tinted. I know someone who does it, so let me know in the comments down below if you have done that and how you like it. Then finally, I'm going to put on some lip gloss. This is the Avon True Color in the color Amber. I know, funny. My grandma gave it to me. I thought I wouldn't like it, but turns out I love it and it's all that I use. Then I'm just going to take my hair down because, you know, hair always looks better when it's down. And voila! This is the finished look. My boyfriend actually noticed today that I had put on makeup and he was like, oh my god, you look so pretty. And I was like, well, if you notice that I'm doing something right. I'm just kidding. He's amazing. That's pretty much all I have for you guys today. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Make sure you give it a like, subscribe to my channel, leave me a comment down below on what type of videos you want to see next. And as always, I can't wait to catch you in the next one. Bye guys.